Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is episode 7 and it's about becoming the best version of yourself. What is this line? Is that on the camera or? Okay, it was my light, so I've had to turn that off. So anyway, I'm gonna talk about 10 ways to help you become the best version of yourself and not someone else. So if you're on a scale and you're here, how can you become the best version of yourself? Number 1 is finding your purpose. So this doesn't mean in life, like a lot of people think your job is your purpose and that is it. But if you take a step back, there is so many other things that you can become really good at and that can also contribute to your purpose. So for example, being the best mom, being the best friend you can be, being the best cook you can be, being the best employee you can be, like anything that you can try and excel at and become the best version of yourself. So if you write down what you want to become good at, and then each time try and be better than you were yesterday, try and be better than you were from the start. It's about looking at where you started and trying to improve that, and rather than trying to be better than someone else. And it's the best version of yourself. So number 2 is starting your day off right. You can manifest in the morning how you want your day to come. You can sit there and envision that you're going to have a good day, envision your goals, your tasks. So if you write a to-do list, write it down the night before, be specific. It has to be a specific to-do list, and then just think about how it feels to get all those things done. So in the morning, rewrite the to-do list and then just envision having a really good day. You can start off writing gratitude, so you can write down 3 things you're grateful for, 3 things what would make today a good day, what can I do today that I didn't perhaps do yesterday, or that I can do better than I did yesterday. I could start the day off with meditation. I could start the day off with a nice walk, a healthy breakfast. You know, when you set your day up right, it really does change how you then react to situations in a day. If you're in a positive mindset, you're going to attend to positive things and you will look for positive things in situations, compared to if you got outside of the wrong side of the bed, you just know about it, or your day is more likely to go wrong. So just have a little task, it doesn't have to be massive, that you can think, right, every morning I'm going to do this to set myself up for the day. You are in control of how your day goes. You can manifest how your day goes. If there's things that you can't control, you can at least control how you react to them and things like that. But on a whole, you can manage the small steps that will lead to having a good day and a good week, really. But yeah, visualize how well you want your day to go, what you're going to get done, how it's going to feel, and just tell yourself that you're genuinely going to have a good day and you're going to get all these things done. And honestly, it works. So number 3 is fear. So fear will come with you in life, and it will either make you or break you. It will scare you from doing something and stop you from doing something, or you can be strong-minded about it and use it to motivate you and drive you forward and think, do you know what, this is what's keeping my attention. If you think of the fight or flight response, I don't know if you know, but if you were running away from a wolf, I know that sounds bizarre, but if you were, your whole attention, because you're so fearful, your whole attention would be focused on how am I getting out of this situation, how the route you're taking, your run, everything, how am I escaping from this, basically. And fear will, it gets your attention, it gets you motivated, and you use it to drive you forward. And if you do fail, each time you will improve a little bit. Even if you improve by 1% every day, over 3 months you've improved by 100%, technically, if you put it that way. So failures are okay, they help you learn, they help you grow. In life, it's not linear, it's up and down anyway, and each time you just get stronger and stronger. Another thing is to check in with your fears. Are they rational? Are they exaggerated? And the thing is, once you create a less scary but realistic fear, then over time, the process of fact checking your fear will create less anxiety, and it will become a habit. You'll become used to thinking, right, is this fear rational or am I exaggerating it? And over time you'll just think, actually, do you know what, I really am just exaggerating it. Like, if you put your mind to anything, you can do anything. If you set out a plan, like, you can do it. So just checking, are you being a bit over the top maybe? Yeah, so more of a rational response to that one. But yeah, that's it really with that one. Number 4 is improving your fitness and your health. So with this, I don't mean losing loads and loads of weight, because that's your best version. Your best version is not becoming someone else, it's becoming your best version, your healthiest version. How are you bettering your immune system? How are you bettering your sleep? How are you becoming more healthy? You're getting your 5 a day. Do you know what I mean? It's bettering what you already have, but just making it the best it can be, the healthiest it can be, but balanced as well. That's another thing. Like, it's not your best if you're just eating clean foods and absolutely avoiding everything that you actually love, that kind of thing. It's becoming the top end of your scale. So for example, in the bodybuilding world, people will bulk and then they'll cut, and that's to create their best physical version, to build muscle. That's the process of them creating their best physical version they can, especially like when they're competing. So that's what it's about. It's about how can you better what you want, and creating a more healthier, active you that you know is going to lead you to be more productive and things like that. So just maybe set some goals, a step goal, maybe like, what am I going to get my 5 a day today? Maybe do a workout. Like, how are you going to better yourself in that respect? Because I think exercise as well betters your mental state and your mental strength. So there's so many benefits, and it's not just about aesthetics, it's about general health as well. So yes, that's that one. So number 5 is goals. So goal setting. If you slow your thoughts down, and instead of having these flying goals that you subconsciously think about, so when you're in a situation, oh, I'd love to do that, I really want to do that when I'm older and all that, like, they just fly in your mind and they never really become reality. If you slow your thoughts down and think, right, I'm going to write small steps, how am I going to get to this goal, and deliberately just think about what you need to do. And when you goal set, it's the small actions that, again, over time will lead to this big improved you, really. Like you're going to achieve a goal which is going to improve you, and that's because of these small steps. So goal setting is really important. It's writing your long-term goals and your short-term goals. So short-term goals are anything from like days to weeks, especially like in the week coming. So in the night before, write down what you want to achieve this week, how it's going to feel, how you're going to do that. So the small subset goals. So if you had a goal of, oh, I want to become more active this week, you would then write down, okay, I'm going to hit 10k steps every day and maybe 3 workouts or something like that. Like, how are you going to achieve what that mindless goal is, that flying around in your head, I want to be more active? Like, what are you going to do to get there? And if you write them down and you're specific and clear, you are much more likely to stick to them and then achieve them. And then long-term goals, you'd write your big goals down from like months to years, and again, manifest them. How does it feel to actually have that goal? How are you going to get there? All that kind of thing, because setting goals leads to actions, which then leads to results. So that's that one. So number 6 is called I can't get this out properly, expectation phenomenon Pygmalion effect. Pygmalion effect. And basically, whatever the name is, it's a teacher study where they told the teachers that half the class at random, they split the class in random, it wasn't true, half the class were expected to perform a lot better than the other half, and that their performance was expected to be above average and stuff like that. And they then looked at how they then performed by the end of the year, and because the teacher had treated those students who were expected to perform better differently and pay more attention to them and treated them in a way that matched their expectations, they actually perform better when actually there was no difference between the students, like a significant difference on average. And basically, if you raise your expectation of yourself and have that belief that you are better than you think you are, you're more likely to perceive yourself in a better way, and your actions will then become better, and you're more likely to grow and lift yourself up, and it will only have a positive effect. Obviously, be rational about it. You can't set ridiculous, like, unrealistic goals. Obviously, they've got to be realistic, but basically the point is you've got to set a better expectation of yourself. If you're always undermining your ability or setting low expectations, you're only going to set yourself up for low performance, because you're just creating that self-doubt and disbelief. But yeah, so it's really interesting how that applies, because if you raise your expectation, you will raise your performance, and you'll be better because you'll push yourself to get there, because you have that element of belief. So yeah, so stop putting yourself down, raise your expectation a little bit, and start showing up and acting up to that expectation. So yeah, that was number 6. So habits is number 7. Creating good habits that each day will lead to compound changes in the future. So small habits will lead to better changes. So for example, before Christmas, I started getting up at 7 o'clock every morning and was out the house by 7:30 on a walk till 9. And I haven't stopped doing it since. I've had a couple of days off here and there, but honestly, it's the best habit I've ever created. If I don't do it now, I'm in a bad mood. It honestly sets my mood up for the day. It's so good. Best habit I've created, and got my steps in early, and I'm back and everyone's still asleep, and that's such a good feeling, to be honest. So another thing is, in a certain time period, how can you adapt or everything that you're doing to make yourself the best version and perform at the best version in a certain time period? So for example, I'll give you an example, exams. So exams, it's a bit of a stressful time, but what can you do to maximize every different aspect in that time period to make you a better person without putting too much pressure on yourself, obviously? So for me, obviously, I was getting up at 7:30, going on a walk and back from my desk at 9, revising, working out, practicing gratitude, so looking for the good in the days, and like working out would be a break from revision. It'd be good for the mind. Do you know what I mean? So it's maximizing as much as I can to make my performance better in that time period, and to also just create that best version of myself in that time period. So yeah, so obviously it doesn't mean it has to be perfect. That's not the point. Obviously I did have breaks and I don't do it every day and all that, like, but it's just how can you utilize this time without thinking, oh, I haven't got time to do any of this, can't do this, can't do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, how can you just become your best version in that time? So I knew that doing exercise, going out for a walk, eating healthy, getting good sleep would help me revise. So it's that kind of thing. So in a situation, look at all aspects. How can you better each aspect to become a better version of yourself? So that was my best physical, healthy and emotional version of myself at that time, as much as I could. So number 8 is hustle and quit the excuses. You can literally make an excuse for everything, absolutely everything, but then you can also persevere and make a solution for everything. So what are you going to choose? Obviously, you should be persevering and trying to quit excuses, because the thing is, it's only up to you if you get things done to an extent, and how much you grow as a person and you achieve things. And obviously it all comes down to excuses and how hard you work. So like, if you aren't feeling nice, like, yeah, you could blame the environment, but you could say, do you know what, today I'm going to put a bit more effort into myself, get changed, get dressed, tidy my room, maybe put my makeup on, do exercise, make myself feel a little bit better, and just make a bit more of an effort. Another one is, if you aren't doing well in your studies, you could blame the teacher, or you could blame the style of teaching or something like that. But then you could say, well, if I blame them, that's not going to still get me towards my job. I can't go to my job interview and go, oh, sorry, I didn't get the grades because of my teacher. Like, it's just about, yes, accepting, okay, it's so frustrating, it really is, but you realise, if you take it upon yourself to go, okay, do you know what, for this time I'm going to have to just revise a little bit harder. It's annoying. I'm going to have to go out my way and research or ask other people for help. But the thing is, if you want it bad, then you won't make excuses. You'll have to just get around it. And that's part of life. Things don't just come like clockwork. Like, you know, it's just that making sure you'll perform at the same level. And you might just have to put that a bit of effort in. But it's just about excuses versus hustle. Like, if you find yourself making excuses, like, you can become quite lazy. So yeah, commit, persevere, and put into life what you want to get out, because that's it really. But yeah, that's that one. Just, yeah. So number 9 is self-work. So podcasts, listen to podcasts, going on a walk, listen to podcasts, educating yourself further on something that you're interested in. Books, like a lot of self-work books are really good. Mindfulness, so like even like when you're cooking, you're being mindful because you're just focusing on what's in front of you and you're focusing on a task. It's the same with like painting, walking. You can be mindful, you can just focus on the things around you, and like if your thoughts start wandering off, you just bring it back to what's in front of you and like noticing what's around you, what you hear, what you see, that kind of thing. Just being present in the moment. Your self-awareness, so anything that's just growing your knowledge, your self-awareness, your skills, good energy things really, getting enough sleep for greater productivity and mindset, and just trying to better yourself where you can. Obviously not, this video isn't like, oh, you're not good enough, like you need to do this, isn't it? It's just about just trying to just better yourself in things that you're interested in, things that you might say, oh, like, I wish I wasn't this, I wish I wasn't this, and just be like, okay, let's do this, let's try this, or just creating a good healthy mindset, I think, as well. And then number 10 is, you don't have to be perfect, you don't have to go and do all these 10 things, for example, but it's just little steps, just create a better version of you over time. And it's just about doing your best. It's not about being perfect. I'm really bad at this, which I will talk about in my next video, because that is, it's okay not to be okay / perfectionism. I haven't really thought the title, but I used to get so caught up. If I didn't do well in an exam, like, you would know about it. It was really bad. Getting better at it, not 100% better at it, but we're getting there. So like, I wasn't very good with perfectionism like growing up, but yeah, you don't have to be 100% perfect. I've spoken about this in another video about that pie chart thing. You just have to be doing your best and just trying your best and just try and better yourself where and when you can, and better your mind, and just create that more like healthy life that's balanced, and yeah, all that shiz. Yeah, so that's it. Those 10 things, have a think about them if you want to. And yeah, next video is Wednesday, 7 p.m, perfectionism, and it's okay not to be okay. So I shall see you there. Right, I'm going. See ya, bye.